Published 2004 Est, 7 November 2017. Updated 2020 Est, 7 November 2017. The average child will send around 35,000 texts, 30,000 WhatsApp messages and rack up more than 3 solid weeks of video chat by the age of 14, a new poll suggests. Youngsters will also have spent the equivalent of 6 months looking at their phone during that period, averaging 135 minutes used a day. The survey of 1,000 children aged 814 and their parents also found young people spend over an hour a day browsing social media sites like Facebook, Snapchat and Instagram. They expect to receive a reply to a message within 15 minutes. The poll also found that children receive their first smartphone at the age of 10 on average. Other findings show that 6 in 10 under 14s said their phone is the first thing they check in the morning and last thing at night. 40% of youngsters said they would feel lost without their smartphone for a day, and 7% believed they would feel free or relieved without it. 40% of youngsters said they would feel lost without their smartphone for a day, and 7% believed they would feel free or relieved without it. Young respondents said the best thing about their smartphones was being able to stay in contact with friends and family, and playing games. The most common argument children have with parents about mobile phones is the amount of time spent using it, followed by the times it's used either too early in the morning or late at night. It seems that youngsters may inherit some of their smartphone addiction from their parents. Of the adults polled in the survey, nearly 4 in 10 said they themselves spend too long each day looking at their smartphone. And they spend an average of 124 minutes a day staring at their screens, just 10 minutes less than their offspring. Almost half of parents think their children spend too much time on their smartphones each day, and 1/3 say they try to set times that phones aren't allowed to be used. 2/3 also admitted to reading the messages on their child's phone, and 80% think that kids are more at risk from predators today than in the past, due to their phones. However, 3/4 of parents are happy for their children to have phones that allow them to call for help in an emergency, and 62% think staying in touch with family members is worth the arguments. Psychologist Dr. Becky Spellman said the survey found that children invest a great amount of importance in the ability to stay connected, checking their smartphones before bed and as soon as they wake in the morning. The average child will send around 35,000 texts, 30,000 WhatsApp messages and rack up more than 3 solid weeks of video chat by the age of 14. A new poll suggests some parents may be alarmed by this, comparing their children's experiences to their own childhood when technology was not as prevalent. Panic is not the solution, nor is denial. It is inevitable that your child will use technology, so it's your job to help them navigate the digital waters safely, and set boundaries. The survey also found that there are benefits to kids having a smartphone. Parents can track their child's location and have peace of mind knowing that they can be contacted if the problem arises. This gives the youngster a newfound independence, which is so important in an age of cotton wool parenting. A spokesman for Monkey, makers of a new smartphone for children, added as the smartphone generation is relatively new, we're not sure of the long-term effects of such heavy phone use. However, parents need to take note of these figures and look at ways in which they can introduce healthy smartphone habits, to get the balance right between screen time and other activities, such as schoolwork and family time.